Hey, George. Can you guys hear?
Good morning. Which item would you like to speak to?
3843 public comment.
3 minutes for the item and 1 minute for Janice. Go ahead.
38, you got bonds for $28.1 million, another $20.1 million. And again, you're not putting down how you're paying for another illegal game at your foolish trip. Number 40, what is this where you're trying to tell people who have no place to live? You can't sit, you can't lie, you can't store, you can't sleep. What kind of an inhumane sociopath are all of you? While you rob the homeless money, I know you're sitting there just trying to enjoy this all, but the DOJ and the federal court are going to make it so that you cannot ignore this anymore. And you, Mr. City Attorney, you got a good chance of going to jail. I know why that you have to pay $900,000. Because you're defendant and you get prosecuted at the same time. I was in federal court. Bass didn't show up, and the president of the court didn't show up, because you're trying to manipulate, get rid of Judge Carter. Only he isn't going for your foolish business. Not a public comment.
Okay, give 1 minute.
No, I got 1:30. I think you know what the hell you're doing.
You said that you would like to equal the time for that. You said now on the public comment. So that tells me you want to be general. You not get to use
You're eating up my time right now.
Where's my baby? Where's my baby?
So you have 1
Okay.
minute for general public comments for your request. Go ahead. You start at 10 over at 11.
You people here that are here for warning you rent. Go take a look at another agenda item where we finally force these schools to stop paying a proper price for housing with $50,560. And this is $800,000. If you divide the $50,560 into $600,000, that's 34.5 to 1. And $800,000 is 54 to 1. So if you want your housing costs low, you're going to have to hammer these people to start paying the right amount of housing, because of the contract with the developer automatically means that you're going to be paying more money.
Thank you, Cruiser Recovery. Let's go on it. Everybody made a time for public comment. Shout out to Audit.
Or they're
Shout
bought
out
and
to
sold by somebody. You got that, people?
Smoking Scott.
This is how money is robbed by the city attorney.
Your time is expired.
I don't know why you're
And you're
talking.
going down, bud. I've already guaranteed it.
And I believe we called out Audit LA as well. So I believe
Thank you.
you have Mike. Yes.
No, not yet. Okay. I need the mic.
Just 1 second. If we could get these speakers in our aisle and the remote like or wireless microphones, quickly.
Yeah. He just said they do. Thank you. But thank you, Mr. Groat, for not forgetting about me. Let's go with all items, and then you tell me when I'm off topic, because I didn't study it as well as I should have, and then public comment.
Okay, these are all items, and then just for clarification, the items that are over for public comments are items 1 and 2, items 4 through 10, items 36 through 39, and items 41 through 43.
Does that include the police one? Or I could just go for it, like, and you could just,
So if the police pensions is not, item 26, it was actually continued. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for Jen.
okay, thank you, sir, we'll go for it. Shout out to Smoke and Scan. Okay, well, I want to start off first, it's like, okay, let's see who's listening. Ms. Hernandez, where are you? Mr. President, come on. Come on, guys. Ms. Padilla, everyone start listening to the public. We're here to talk to you. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Monica. And Mr. CAO, I feel like that he always has to look like he's about to be tossed under the bus. Because I think that you guys, come on, you guys are harsh on him. You're giving him like not a lot to work with. And then he's here sweating every time I'm here, so give him a break. I always say hi to him, he says hi back, so he's been cool, but go easy on him, okay? A little bit, I mean, you try. But I'm telling you guys, Mr. McCosker's not listening. Oh, Mr. McCosker, come on, you're letting me down. And even this, well, I'm glad the city attorney's not listening because then he'll be calling me off topic, so. But that's, like with all the, I see all the lawsuits, a lot of lawsuits are coming. Mr. Hugo's not listening, even though I'm always here about his division, right, his area. Shouldn't he be listening, Ms. Monica? Right, he should be listening, but he's not. I don't like it when he doesn't listen. Who else isn't listening? Mr. President's not listening. You're listening. I know you are, because every time I try to catch Ms. Hernandez not listening, she swears she is, and so I try to catch her. I've yet to catch her not listening. Even when she's talking. Are you listening, Ms. Hernandez? Okay, all right, I got you this time. All right, I'm just gonna keep doing it until everyone's listening. Mr. Lee, are you listening? Mr. Lee, calling Mr. Lee.
This is not on the agenda.
Oh, it's not, well, I thought your names were all on the agendas. I see your names all over the agenda.
Appreciate what you're trying to do.
Okay, continue with okay. Well, I'm here. I'll wait to what I came here for, to public comment. But in the meantime, like all those houses that you're giving away, like the 1 and 2, there's a lot of addresses that you're giving away. Hi, Mr. Price. I hope you're listening. But anyway, I think that you should give them to the people who need them. Like there's a lot of people that would benefit from getting free houses. 1 and 2, like you're taking the thing off the rolls or whatever. Instead of just taking things off the rolls, give those houses to people who need it. I'll be happy to take one. I bet Smoke and Scan would love to have one. We all would, like it would help with the house, right, Miss Monica? It would help a lot. And and then the one I really wanted to talk about the police one, because I think that, I don't know. They're doing. I didn't like what's going on over at the police meeting today, and boy, it's really hard to concentrate when no one's listening. But you're always listening, Mr. Groat. So in a way, that's bad because I wish you wouldn't, because then you wouldn't call me off topic. You see how that works? So I wish you weren't listening, and I wish they were. Bob, are you listening? Wave hi if you're listening. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, we'll just let the clock wait. I just need Bob to show signs of life, like really. Okay, here we go. What? Okay, here now, public comment. Thank you, sir. Okay, I'm here to talk to Mr. Hugo about his area, and also all of you. Okay, I don't know if you're aware, there's a lawsuit in the city of Los Angeles. Okay, it's Jane Doe versus, Gavin Potter. She was they're both Scientologists, and she claims that she was sexually assaulted by him as a minor, and that she was forced by Scientology to marry her abuser, because they don't believe in going to the police. And there's a lot of Jane Doe cases, even against Danny Masterson. They're not allowed to go to the police, okay? So there's a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of victims, women victims, children victims, because do you know that in the state of California, that you don't have to be any legal age to get married? Are you listening? Because you're a woman, you guys are all the women here. You're allowed to have children brides. Okay, come on, CD4. You're not listening? Are you listening? Signs of life. Okay, that's all. Bob, are you listening? This is my time, so I could ask you if you're listening. Wave hi, Bob.
Okay, I was not listening to the record.
Did he say he was? Okay. Thank you. No, him. And Enri. See, they called me because I guess they didn't want me to get kicked
Why I
out.
stand next to you is because
Public comment is now closed.
see, it's close. I needed 10 names today. I needed 10 names.
See?
I needed 10 names.
Boom.
Okay, anybody who's yelling out will be removed. Simple as that. Don't yell out, will get removed. That's your warning. What do we have in front of us now?
Oh, I couldn't even focus. I had no idea what to talk on. That's all right. We'll just call them out in their crap.
We're waiting for more. Okay, well then
Did Herman get to talk?
okay.
You didn't get to talk either?
We're pretty on the public comment. We just been told to wait for a few amendments. So with that, we'll get 10 more minutes of public
Dusty.
comment.
That's Dusty.
So if your name is called, well, we have the next speaker. You could read the names. We have
Are they calling
I'll
them?
call up 4 names.
Okay.
They are calling people?
Aida Rivera. Kirsten Peterson. Jared Kilo.
And where's Henry?
Okay. You heard your name called? Please come
Kirsten.
forward. Again,
Huh?
We have a limited amount of time.
I don't have the microphone. Yeah, this is
Just to
technical.
let you get
Yeah.
two more speakers.
Thank you.
So again, to clarify.
So TikTok what with Henry?
Public comment on items 1 and 2, items 4 through 10, items 36 through 39.
It was so funny,
and
they-
items 41 through 42.
He was
Good
distracted.
morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. Marking down for general public comment and agenda items, I would like to do 1, 2, and then 4 to 7.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the agenda item on the agenda, and 1 minute for that. Please deal with the items. Go ahead.
We're taking a look at item number 1, and it's talking about the non-compliance of LANC code and whether or not there is any sort of exception costs and whether there will be any sort of consequences and penalties followed up. I talked to the Disability Commission, and I know for a fact, as part of the advocacy that I and many others have done to hold the city accountable, they demand a letter directly from the city attorney herself, Heidi Soto, on an annual report, whether there was any sort of selective prosecution of fines on LANC violations. Now, the office is normally noticed as such, and we are looking forward to that report. Is it the case that maybe there are some agencies, maybe there are some entities that are not being held to the same standard, not being issued the same fines? Similarly to number 2, we have yet another appeal for LANC violations and compliance to code. Is there any potential possibility that there's a discrepancy between who gets prosecuted on LANC code violations? I know quite a bit because I actually had to learn that when I was criminally prosecuted in media cases against Heidi Soto. It's why I call myself a Heidi Soto super fan. I am her #1 fan, and we know for a fact that she is in fact not prosecuting everyone equally on the LANC violations. Otherwise, the city would have collected all the money for an entity such as a church, we'll say that exists on that one way, that may or may not be called Scientology, that owes the city quite a big chunk of money, close to millions. We're moving on to item number 4. Yet again, we have another motion on LANC code violations, whether fines and or criminal prosecution will be taking place. Blockading the public right of way is one of those 5609, 5611, 5612. Why is it then that the city attorney's office keeps not prosecuting entities equally with fines and criminal prosecution as is required under the law? And you're selectively choosing which entities you do and do not want to go after, do and do not want to get money? That is the literal definition of malicious and selective prosecution. The literal definition committed by Heidi Soto herself as a witness for my case very clearly. That's why I call myself a Heidi Soto super fan. That's why I love that she's selectively prosecuting people.
Do not believe this is related to the LED activity.
And we can cut straight to the level of general public comment.
Here's one minute.
Why is this city council the only committee so far that continues to chop virtual public comment? I submitted a letter to the executive office of the city attorney's office yesterday on this very same thing. There are disabled people that want to make their voice heard, but can't because they can't physically show up here. Tell me how that's not a viewpoint suppression or discrimination. Tell me why this group still has the same infrastructure, the whole virtual public comment. You don't need any more licenses, you don't need any more video camera equipment. You have all of things necessary to get the whole virtual public comment, and you don't. It's the stupidest thing to get the city sued over. It's the dumbest way to violate people's rights. It's the uttermost disgusting thing you can do to discriminate against an elite community. But then do it anyway, and you do it repeatedly. And you're gonna get the city sued over this shit. It's disgusting. Hold virtual public comment again. And we know you're not calling names on the virtual teleprompter. For fuck's sake, it's the stupidest thing to get the city in trouble for.
Yep, spot on. Good. You live rent-free in her head.
Before the next speaker begins,
That's awesome.
this is FYI.
Let's go up.
I'm advertising. Smoking scam.
por alguno de ellos, como el concejal del distrito 9, Robin Clark, nunca ha hizo nada. Siempre venimos a
Doesn't give a shout out.
Smoking scare? Yeah.
la ley del control de renta.
And we are also talking to all the council members. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much, ourselves, the attorney, starting with item number 36. It's about a homeless emergency account. I'm pretty concerned because there's no such thing as homeless
Hold on,
emergency
I'm
account.
trying to get the timer. Okay, go ahead.
That's for the record, you never get the timer correct. The only job for you is to put the timer correct, and then you never do that
So this
correct.
is not on the agenda.
Item
No
number
rules.
36 is about homeless emergency account. And then how to deal with homeless emergency accounts, you have to make sure you put the homeless timer emergency account correctly first before you talk about homeless emergency account. Now, on television, on a daily basis, that homeless services continue to fail the audit, continue to fail the annual inspection report. Now, you are talking about a homeless emergency account. There's no money in the account. Why? Why is that? Because the money goes to local profit, so-called non-profit, making the largest homeless profit. There's no money because our city attorney put all the money to those illegal immigrants, illegal aliens out there. So there's no such thing as homeless emergency account. Now, let's move on to item number 38. Item number 38 is about multi-family housing bound, talking about $20 million, and then with only to build 64 units. Now I understand why there's no money for homeless, because you are trying to housing 64 homeless people, but with a cost of more than $20 million. Now I understand why the city attorney is getting like a $500,000 annual salary right now on a yearly basis. It's because $20 million you can only house 64 people. In the city of LA, there are more than 100,000 homeless people. And then using the same formula, in order to house 100,000, you need several trillions of dollars. That's the reason why you continue to fail. Item number 39 is about the reward for the unsolved murder. I'm not surprised because our city attorney continue to defund the police department to give themselves a bigger raise. Now you have 2,000 less IIT officers on the street, and then you want to solve the murder. You have 300 less detectives on the street, and then city attorney wants to solve the murder. You have a budget crisis with the LAPD, and then our city attorney wants to solve the murder. Now I understand we don't need LAPD because LA city attorney continue to ask the public to solve the murder instead of asking the LAPD to do their job to solve the murder. I am so confused that maybe city attorney, you have to go down the street, find the murder yourself if you continue to defund the LAPD. Going to the general public comment is that I'm concerned about the domestic violence, sexual assault in the city of Los Angeles, specific about the Casey Ventura, because somehow she wanted millions of money. She voluntarily walked into the Sean Beatty's bedroom. She voluntarily, opened her legs and take off her clothes. And somehow right now she is claiming that sexual assault. And somehow right now all of a sudden she's claiming that's rape. Somehow right now she's saying that, he does not have my consent. That's not how it works. You are the one who wanted the money. You are the one who wanted the fame. You are the one who wanted to have your celebrity status in the city of LA. And right now you are saying that's why you regret it. That's not how it works. That's why I support Black Lives Matter. That's why I support. We have to make sure free Sean